Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Demers with the Age Management Center. Today I would like to answer the question, what is the androgen receptor? We know that testosterone is a powerful hormone that can exert numerous effects throughout the body, but it can't really do so without the presence of an androgen receptor. Androgen receptors aren't talked about quite as much as testosterone itself, which is an androgen, but they are required for testosterone to exert direct effects on a cell. So within the bloodstream, testosterone is ubiquitous. It passes by any type of cell. Many cells in your body are agnostic to whether you are male or female or how much testosterone you need. For example, the cells in your lung will carry oxygen for you regardless of whether you're male or female. The cells lining your stomach will make acid and help you digest regardless of your gender as well. Certain cells in certain parts of the body, though, do respond to testosterone, and for that effect to occur, androgen receptors must be present in those cells. The androgen receptor, before it meets testosterone, is a protein molecule that tends to be surrounded by other proteins which go by the name of chaperone proteins or heat shock proteins. And these proteins usually accompany very important proteins so that those proteins are not misformed or misshapen during periods of stress. When a testosterone molecule approaches a cell, the testosterone receptor identifies testosterone, and the chaperone proteins fall away. The testosterone binds to the androgen receptor, and they couple, and that coupling is more or less permanent, and it changes the shape of the androgen receptor such that that androgen receptor testosterone combination is then capable of exerting effects on the cell that neither testosterone or the receptor by itself can perform. The bound testosterone and androgen receptor complex then travel from the cell itself into the cell nucleus, or from the cytosol into the cell nucleus, and it's within the cell nucleus that the DNA is present. The testosterone and androgen receptor combination are able to identify certain parts of the DNA molecule called androgen response elements, and those can then be uncoiled, revealing parts of the code in the DNA molecule that will ultimately create proteins that allow testosterone's effects to become evident. And so parts of the DNA under the effect of testosterone and the androgen receptor uncoil, and then RNA then creates a template from which proteins can then be coded and then create the effect in that cell that we know testosterone to exert. So testosterone receptors are present in the brain, muscle, heart, bone, penis, prostate, hair follicles, and numerous other tissues. And the effect in that tissue is tissue specific, but they are under the combined effects of testosterone and the androgen receptor. There are other androgens which can interact with the androgen receptor, and one that comes to mind is dihydrotestosterone, which is a metabolic byproduct of testosterone breakdown, the other being estradiol. And dihydrotestosterone has an affinity for the androgen receptor, which is very powerful. It is about 6 times more avid to bind the androgen receptor than testosterone itself. A danger of dihydrotestosterone can be when it's levels get very high, it can be difficult for hair cells to tolerate, and changes consistent with male pattern baldness can occur with greater likelihood.